Alison Lumbatis.
I want to talk to you all about style today, and I love that Heather has woven this into Choice Summit because I feel like style for a lot of us can be overwhelming. It can lead to decision fatigue. It can also do a lot of really good things for us. It can make us feel more successful and more confident and really affect the way that we show up in the world. So I want to talk to you a little bit today about style psychology. But first off, show of hands, in this room, how many of you feel like you have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear? Yes, that's a lot of us. And some of you may have even struggled just deciding, what am I going to wear to this event today, right? I know I did. I woke up with 2 different options this morning, but over time, I've curated my closet and my wardrobe to work for my life and lifestyle. And I want to share some really practical tips with you today on ways that you can do this. And I'm also going to talk to you a little bit about worthiness through wardrobe and what it means to feel confident in your style. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Alison Lumbatis. I have the blog, I have the Outfit Formulas program, but at the end of the day, I'm a recovering yoga pants addict. And honestly, I still struggle some days because I work from home, I run my business from home, and my default is to throw on the yoga pants and the sweatshirt and the comfy clothes. So a few years back, I was an engineer, which is totally different. I do not have a background in style. You all have a copy of my book in your swag bags, and one of the first things I say in there is, I am not a stylist. So I just want to get that out of the way right away. Instead, I'm a woman who fell into a yoga pants rut and started feeling really bad about myself because of that. I was a telecom engineer for 14 years. And I was managing networks in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, which honestly is like such a huge departure from what I do today. But I had work style figured out. I knew how to dress for an office. I would wear a pencil skirt, a blouse, and heels every day. It was my work uniform, and it worked for me. But I got this opportunity to work from home, and this was way before the pandemic. And it was great at first. I had 3 young kids. I was able to be there in the morning to see them off to school. I didn't have to get up early, put on makeup, fix my hair, do all the things. So I was just throwing on yoga pants every single day. And it was great for about 3 months. And then I started noticing some things that were kind of shifting in my life, both internally and externally. Number 1, putting on yoga pants, not working out. Probably not a good idea. Number 2, I wasn't cooking as healthy or eating as healthy. I started feeling less motivated at work, honestly. And over time, these things were just kind of building up and creating this snowball effect in my life. I didn't really have energy for date nights. I was being cranky with my husband and kids, and I couldn't put my finger on what had changed. So I sat down one night and I thought, what is one tangible thing that I can do differently tomorrow? I've also dealt with high-functioning depression, so for me, I know the red flags, and I know whenever I'm starting down that slope that that's time for me to stop and evaluate if there's something that I can change or do differently. So I decided that night that the next morning I was going to wake up an hour before everyone else, and I was going to get a shower, put on makeup, fix my hair, and get dressed. So the first day that I did this, I felt so much better, like unbelievably better. I went through the day just feeling more motivated, and although I was the only person seeing me all day, it just felt so much better. Like I couldn't even put my finger on it, and I almost didn't even think it had something to do with getting dressed and putting on makeup and fixing my hair. It had been so long since I had done that, but it was undeniable that I felt so much better that day. And at the end of that day, I decided that I wanted to keep myself accountable to this feeling. So I started a blog. I knew nothing about blogging, but I started blogging because I wanted that to be my accountability partner. I needed something that was going to hold me accountable for getting dressed, sharing my outfit ideas, and at that point, I didn't care if anybody read it. It was really just for me. It was a creative outlet. It was something that I wanted to do. And it turned out that a lot of other women were looking for resources like that. And this was back in I started blogging in 2012, actually, before, Pinterest took off, or there were any such thing as Instagram influencers. So the blog grew organically because a lot of other women were looking for resources like this. They wanted cute, put-together outfits that they could wear at home, stay-at-home moms, work-from-home moms. And so the blog sort of took on this life of its own, and I was offered the opportunity to take a severance package from corporate America, which I did, which was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my entire life. I had 6 months of severance, and I was making no money at that blog. So in 2014, I launched the Outfit Formulas program, and really this is kind of where the engineering part of my brain came in. I wanted women to have something that was super easy to figure out when they walked in their closets, a formula for getting dressed. So that's what I created, which we'll talk a little bit more about the practicality of that. And I'm gonna do my party trick for you. I call this my party trick. These are my clothes that I bring. I'm gonna show you how you can take a small amount of clothing and turn it into a lot of different outfits. I love to help women build capsule wardrobes. I feel like if you have the right pieces in place, you have classic items that are gonna stay in style, you have a good closet full of staples, you can mix and match those pieces in multiple different ways. Then every season, add in some fun, fresh new trends to keep everything feeling new to you. And that's really what this philosophy is all about, which I'll explain in a little while. But the biggest obstacle that stands in the way of women feeling confident in their clothes is having the right pieces in their closet, and just as importantly, knowing how to pair those pieces up. So I want to talk to you really about confidence and style today. I feel like this is such an important thing, and it's something that, again, is super tangible. I was a psychology major, so I've done everything. I've done psychology, I've done engineering. I was an actor for 10 years. Done it all. But it's all led to where I'm at today. So the internal and external power of how you dress. So multiple studies show that self-confidence leads to success, that dressing well increases our performance, that people make assumptions about us based on the way that we dress, and the way that we feel about ourselves is directly linked to our appearance. This is all good news, because this is something that anybody can learn and apply. And so my husband asked me this question a few weeks ago. He said to me, what makes you feel most confident? I know it's like a random question. Sometimes we sit on our back porch with a glass of wine and we just ask each other random questions. And this one came out of the blue. And I didn't think about it. I didn't overthink it. I don't want any of you to overthink this, but I'm going to ask you the question right now, just whatever pops into your head. You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to, but what makes you feel most confident? My answer to him was high heels, which was so weird and random because I never wear high heels in my everyday life. I'm always in flat shoes or sneakers or whatever, working from home, and I felt like that was an important clue for me to know that wearing high heels makes me feel confident, and I need to find more ways to incorporate that into my life, which I am today. And my feet are killing me from wearing them last night, but it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it, right? So anyway, Kia, the car manufacturer, did this study on confidence a few years back, and if the thing that popped into your head was related to appearance, then you're not alone. For women, the top 3 items were a little black dress, high heels, and perfume. For men, it was a freshly shaven face. I'm not purposely looking at you, Tyler. That just happened. And a nice smelling cologne and a nice suit. So appearance is absolutely linked to confidence. So if you've ever felt like, well, this is a shallow pursuit, or this isn't something that's worth my time and energy, I want you to know that it is, because it is such a deeper thing that's going on here. And I have to cite a study as a psychology major, something called the enclosed cognition effect, which was a research study done back in 2012. Participants in this study were asked to wear a white coat. Half of those participants were told this was a painter's coat. The other half were told it was a doctor's coat. Then they took them through different exercises, and those who were told they were doctors had more attention to detail, they had higher self-efficacy, they had higher confidence when they were tested after the fact. So something as simple as the perception of the clothing that we put on has such a powerful effect on us. So all of this to say, bottom line, next time you pick out an outfit, think about how the clothes you wear can actually turn you into a different person. I think that's pretty cool. So our clothing choices affect and they reflect. They are the way the world sees us, too. Talking a little bit about worthiness through wardrobe, I think in just having conversations last night with other mothers and talking to women all the time about the reasons why, the obstacles that stand in our way of us getting dressed or really just putting a focus on rebuilding our wardrobes. Oftentimes we're like, oh, I do that for my kids. They dress like $1 million. They look super cute. And I used to do this too. But I didn't want to invest that time, energy, money, all of those things into myself. I didn't feel like I was worthy of that. I didn't feel like I had permission to focus on me. So I love this quote by Morgan Wider, and she's the author of The Worthy Wardrobe. She said, I first had to learn to love myself before I could dress myself, let alone teach anyone else how to dress. And I really feel like we are all fearfully and wonderfully made, right? We are worthy of investing in ourselves. And loving yourself is a precursor to a sense of style. Getting to know yourself better, having that self-awareness. I love the Enneagram. And I feel like it was such an insightful tool for me to learn about who I am. I'm an Enneagram 5, so on the Enneagram scale, like, we're the not fun people. I'm married to an Enneagram 7, so he like balances out the fun in my life. All the 7s in the room said, woo! That's right. But just knowing yourself allows you to then love yourself. The things I've perceived as flaws in my life, those are the things that God has given to me that I now can see are not flaws and faults. But he's used those things in my life in amazing ways. So loving yourself is a precursor to a sense of style. And if you feel like you don't really understand what your sense of style is, I've got a little trick for you. Go to Pinterest. Don't overthink this. Gut reaction, pin 25 to 50 outfits that you love. Then sit down and take a look at those. Notice the commonalities in there. Are you drawn to neutrals? Do you like modern pieces? Are you a minimalist? Are they more preppy? Are they edgy? Are they boho? If you're not able to do this on your own, then enlist a friend. Both of you take a look at this. This will give you clues to your personal style and what you're drawn to. And it might be all over the place, and that's okay. You're eclectic then. I'm eclectic, so I get it. But this is a great way for you to really just kind of hammer down what is my sense of style, so you are armed with that information. The second thing I want to touch on here is, because I hear this from so many women, I've worked with, well, I haven't personally worked with, but I've had over 100,000 members in my program, and over again I hear from them, I don't want to invest in clothes right now because I don't like my weight or where I'm at with my body shape or whatever. You deserve to dress the body you have now. Yes. 100%. Your clothes are supposed to fit you. You're not supposed to fit into your clothes. Think about it. When you go out and buy shoes, you buy the shoes that fit your feet, right? You don't expect to squeeze into shoes that are too small for you, and your clothes should be the same way. Let's remove that judgment from that. I want you to find clothes that fit and flatter your body. You deserve to have those. Even if it's just one amazing fitting pair of jeans, which most of us found at Ever Eve last night. That was such a great event. We had so much fun there, and I love having people bring me clothes. It was so good. But you deserve to have clothes that fit and flatter your body, and you are worthy of clothes that make you feel amazing. If you leave with nothing else from this today, I want you to remember these points, because we are all worthy of wardrobes that make us feel like $1 million. I heard a story a few years ago about $1 million racehorse. If you're not familiar with the horse world, and unfortunately I am, I've had a daughter who's been an equestrian since she was 8, and if you want to spend all of your money, like, let your kids ride horses. It's the most insane thing in the world. So we don't have race horses, but we have sport horses. They get chiropractor appointments. They get laser treatments. They get injections. They get expensive supplements. All the things. If People are investing that into horses. Why are we are all million-dollar racehorses in this room. Seriously. Like, most of you are contributing to your families, you're building empires, you're leaders. Remember this next time. You are a million-dollar racehorse, and you absolutely deserve to do the things that make you feel like $1 million. All right, so we're going to delve into just two concepts from my book today. This is kind of the framework that I wrote the book on. Yes, it's a framework because I'm an engineer, and I had to have it all laid out like this. But the first thing we start with, and this is an unpopular opinion, you guys are going to want to shoot me here, but you got to purge and clean out your closet. The issue when you walk into your closet and feel like you have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear is because, on average, we only wear about 20% of what's in our closets at any given time. The other 80% is just in there taking up space. And when you walk in there, your brain gets overwhelmed with choices. We make 35,000 decisions a day, and when you walk in there and you see all of the things, your brain can't differentiate between these things fit me, these things don't, this is off season, this isn't, this is something I wore back in college and now I don't wear it anymore. It just sees stuff. It sees choices. Take out that 80%. It will be life-changing in a multitude of ways. Number one, you're going to look at the 20% that you're actually wearing, because that's what you're going to put back in, and you're going to say, I have no clothes. But this is a good thing, and here's why. Because then you're going to be able to intentionally fill in the gaps in your wardrobe. You're going to be able to walk into the store and shop with a purpose and say, I need a good-fitting pair of jeans. I need some new t-shirts. I need some trendy new items. You will be able to accurately assess what the gaps are in your wardrobe, which will remove the decision fatigue on the shopping side of things too. You're not going to feel overwhelmed by that. So I always recommend that you start out with purging, cleaning out your closet, and then starting from a clean slate. Spring is the perfect time to do it. I just did mine last weekend. And we're going to also talk about embracing the outfit formula. And that's where I'm going to show you my little party trick here. No, I don't actually take clothing and clothing racks to parties, but you know. All right, so I won't go too far into this because it's in my book if you want to check that out. But an outfit formula, it's basically fun math. I know that doesn't exist. I just put that up there. I'm not a math fan. But I wanted to create a program that truly democratized personal style. I wanted it to work for every body, every budget, every age, no exceptions. And that's what the outfit formula does, because it takes the pieces and it allows you to shop at your favorite stores, so you get to spend as much or as little as you want. You know the pieces that work for you. When I first started this program, women would say, I just want you to send me a box of clothes. And I said, no, I want to teach you how to shop. And that wasn't popular at first, but when they came around to it and realized how empowering it was to be able to select their pieces, then they saw the power and the magic of the outfit formula. So we can take a basic formula, which I'll show you here in a minute, like jeans, a t-shirt, cardigan, and flats, and you can put your own spin on that and make this outfit formula work for you in a multitude of different ways. So now we're going to do the speed styling session. I love this part. So I have 7, 8? I brought 8 pieces. I usually only do 7. I brought 8 different pieces from my closet. These are items that I consider closet staples. These are things that will stay in style for a number of years. So we're going to mix and match these into outfit formulas. And I also brought, we'll say 3 pairs of shoes, although you can clearly see it's more than 3. But we're just going to work with this. All right, there are 3 different types of shoes. This is important. Choose the shoes that work for your lifestyle. So whenever I'm doing this exercise, I want you to take like 30 minutes of your time and go into your closet, and the first thing you're going to do is pull out your favorite pair of pants, skirt, or jeans. You're going to take those, and you're going to start pairing them up with other pieces in your closet. So the 5 values in an outfit formula are your bottoms, your tops, your toppers, which are going to be your jackets and your cardigans, your shoes, and your accessories. For today's exercise, we're only going to do 4. We're going to leave off accessories for the sake of time, but you can add in the accessories because I feel like they're like the spices you sprinkle on top of your outfits to make them your own. So I'm going to start with my black jeans here and show you this. I don't I don't rehearse this. I grab different pieces every time because I like to just kind of do it off the cuff and show you how easy it is. Granted, most of these pieces are in neutrals, so it makes it a little bit easier to mix and match them, but let's start with our black jeans. We'll add just a basic black and white striped shirt. We're gonna put a topper on that with our denim jacket, and then we're gonna choose one of our shoes back here. I'm just gonna add in some fun little leopard shoes because I love pattern mixing. All right. Tyler's taking notes over here. All right, so this is outfit number one. When you get these pieces put together, you can lay them out on your bed or on the floor, take your phone, and snap a picture. If you want to go a step further, take a selfie in the outfit. You're going to keep these on your phone because what we're doing is we're actually creating an album of outfit formulas, excuse me, that you have in your own closet. Again, we're removing decision fatigue. Next time you need to get dressed, you're going to pull up these pictures and you're going to look at them and be able to put together outfits quickly and easily. All right, so that's outfit number one. The key with this is you keep using that same pair of pants or jeans with other pieces in your closet until you exhaust all options. So next up, we're going to take our black jeans. We're going to apply a graphic t-shirt. We're going to throw on a leather moto jacket. And then let's do something fun for like a date night. And we'll do some red heels. Again, take the photo and move on. Next up, we have, I could have brought more tops, I just realized, but it's all good. All right, so let's do our dress. Basic black dress. This is just a really casual t-shirt dress that I have. Can be easily dressed up or down. But you can do the same exercise with your dresses. The thing that I love about dresses is they are one and done. They are an instant outfit. You just add a jacket, you add the accessories, you add some cute shoes. I'm a big fan of pairing up sneakers with dresses. I think this is super cute. Throw on a crossbody bag and a few accessories, and this works for so many different things. Snap the photo and move on. And then you can also pair up just a basic black dress. You could do a dressier dress with this if you wanted to. I love moto jackets because I feel like they are just a fresh new way to wear a blazer. And if you work in an office environment, then this is super cute. I'm going to show you with that leopard skirt too. But pair this one up. You can do your leopard heels with that or your red shoes. I like to add a little pop of color in my shoes. I had on bright yellow shoes last night because they make everything so fun. All right, let's move on. We're going to do this with our leopard skirt. And this time, I'm going to do the fun pattern mix again. So we can do the striped top into the leopard skirt. We'll add in the moto jacket to make that a little bit dressier. And then we'll add the red heels with that one. Okay, and we'll just do a couple more here. We could also do the leopard skirt. I love to do fun things like graphic tee with this, dress it down. I think a lot of times we think of our dresses and skirts as items that we can't wear in casual ways, but we absolutely can. Super cute, right? Okay, well, you get the idea. You don't need a lot of clothes in order to create a lot of outfits. White jeans, love them or hate them. These are one of the things I get the most pushback on. And a lot of women, too, are like, but I have to follow the style rules that, wait, I can't wear white jeans after Labor Day. I'm like, no, there are no style rules. There are no fashion rules. And one of my favorite things to tell women is, they'll ask me, are ripped jeans age appropriate? Is this age appropriate? I'm like, it has to be you appropriate. If it fits and flatters your body and you feel more confident, when you look in the mirror, that's you appropriate, and that's all you need to worry about. So we just settled that debate. But white jeans are one of those items where people are like kind of polarized on them, but I love them. They're super fun. We can pair that up like this, throw on the denim jacket, and do some red flats with that. All right, so your homework, I'm gonna give you homework because I want this to be super practical, is to take a little bit of time, clean out your closet, and then I want you to go through this exercise and pull out your favorite pair of jeans or pants. Start pairing them up until you exhaust all options. Take the photos, keep it on your phone, and ultimately, this is just to make your life easier and to make one less decision for you in a day. All right, so our Alpha Formulas recap, we're gonna purge our closets. All right, who's in? Are we gonna clean our closets out? Yes, we're gonna do it. We see the value of this, absolutely. You're gonna shop your closet for pieces. I'm a huge closet shopper. I gotta tell you this little story. When I started out blogging, I had a friend that was like on the verge of becoming like a huge influencer, and she did. She went on to do that. And we went to lunch one day, and she's like, Allison, you are never gonna make it at this. And I was like, okay, why? And she said, because you're not out there selling clothes all the time. And I said, well, that's not authentic to me. That is not the way that I shop. I go out and buy pieces intentionally to add to my closet because I want to wear them over and over again. So I was posting outfits, but they were not necessarily items that I was linking up, through Like to Know It or through some kind of shopping service. I wanted to show women that you can take pieces in your closet and wear them in multiple ways. So a funny story about that is I did not follow that business model. She was absolutely right because I did not make money at that. Watched my severance dwindle, but that's how the idea for Alpha Formulas was born. So if you're sitting here today with a business idea and you're thinking maybe this doesn't follow a traditional path, maybe this isn't something that somebody's doing out there right now, it's okay to be disruptive in what you're doing. You don't have to be like everybody else. You have to trust that what you're doing and showing up authentically. There were times when I was scared and I thought I should just go out here and post all these new clothes, but by sticking to my guns and knowing that I was gonna be able to serve better and help women out in this way, I actually had a business idea that came through that was even so much bigger than the traditional influencer model. Fill in the blanks at your favorite stores and then take photos of your outfit pairings or a mirror selfie and keep them on your phone for quick reference. My deeper why, on that first day that I put on my new outfit and I picked my daughter up from school, my older daughter on the right, she jumped in the car and she looked at me and she said, Mommy, what happened to you? And I said, what? Like, I don't know, what happened to me? She said, you look pretty today. And yes, and honestly, that for me was kind of like that moment that made me realize this just wasn't about me. And while I was getting dressed for myself, and I highly recommend that, there are people in your sphere of influence, whether it's your kids or your leading teams or whoever, that are looking up to you in the way that you take care of yourself and how you invest in yourself. You're making a difference. I know everybody in this room is making impact, whether it's over your family, your team, or you have thousands or millions of followers out there. Showing up as the best version of yourself is absolutely going to help you make that impact. And feeling good in your clothes is a super tangible way to do that. Thank you.